What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. Sheesh. What is poppin'? What is up? Hello. I am your host, Jay Chase. Does anybody else feel like August just flew by? Like we are in the 5th week of August. Like we're done. Yo, thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you for tapping in. Today's going to be great. If this is your first time here, please follow the show. Listen to the episode, rate, review. If anything resonates with the episode, share it with a friend. You never know what somebody might need to hear today. And your story has the power to change someone's life. Believe that. Yo, drop into that. Yo, I'm super excited. Of course, I got to tell you, October 2nd, early bird tickets, and September 2nd. So Break the Cycle Workshop is happening October 2nd. You got early bird tickets on sale right now. That ends September 2nd. And then the price is going up. So go grab those tickets. Yo, I love you guys. There still are seats available. I love it. Get in the room. Make the investment in yourself. Get in the room. Like, honestly, we're going to be in the room with people who want to be better, who's dedicated to being better. Yo, like, it's a workshop, so we're getting to work. It's going to be fun. Like, we're diving deep. You want to enhance your communication, grow your relationships, stop negotiating with yourself. When you tell yourself you're gonna do something, you don't do it. Like quit negotiating with yourself. Like you want to know the how to. We got it. Today we are rocking with a old but simple mindset that I draw back to a lot. Know your worth. Know your worth. Like, dog, like for real. Like, know your worth. Like there's some people out there that value you way more than you value yourself. Like, know your worth. Know what you got to offer. Know what you bring. Know how bright your light shines. Like, that's what today's about. Yo, know your worth. We're going to drop deep down into that and just how to remind ourselves of how worthy we are of everything that we have coming our way. I love you guys. Please tap in, rate, review, follow the show on Instagram at the J Chase or at Don't Touch My Mindset. So let's get to it. I want to share a very important story with you that I think everyone should hear. Like, it opened my eyes. There was an elderly man, wife's son. They went to the doctor. Doctor gave him an expiration date. Like, probably by this date, by this time, you probably gonna be out of here. So a couple months pass by. It's getting closer to that expiration date. And dad says to son, this is the watch your grandfather gave me. It is almost 200 years old. As one of my dying wishes, I would like to sell it. Will you take it to the jeweler in town and say, my father would like to sell this watch, and see how much they offer you? So son said, yes, of course. You know, I'd do anything for you, Pops. Grabs a watch, goes into town, walks into the jeweler. Hey, Mr. Jeweler, my father, part of his dying wishes is that he wants to sell this watch that my grandfather gave him. It's almost 200 years old. He wanted to see how much he would offer. The jeweler examined it. He said, I'll give you $100, an old piece. Ran back to his father. He said, Dad, they'll give you $100 for it. He said, well, try the pawn shop. The son then looked at his dad and kind of questioned the judgment. But he said, of course, Pops, I got you. Runs down to the pawn shop in town. He said, hey, my dad wants to sell this watch. He wants to see how much you offer it to him. And pawn shop guy looked at it. He said, well, there's a crack in the watch face and scratch on the band. It looks pretty old. We'll give you $20. Then he ran back to Dad and he said, yo, the pawn shop only offered $20 for the watch. He said, well, you know what? Take it down to the museum and see how much they'll offer. He looked at his dad really then. He said, yo, the jeweler only offered you $100. The pawn shop only offered you $20. He said, take it down to the museum, see how much they offer you. He takes the watch down to the museum. He talks to the curator. He says, yeah, my dad wants to sell this watch. Curator examines the watch. Where'd your dad get this watch? He said, my grandfather gave it to him. It's almost 200 years old. The curator then offered him $375,000 to have that rare piece in their antique collection. He runs back to Dad, they offered you $375,000 for this watch to have in their antique collection. The dad responded with, I wanted to show you that the right people in the right places will value you in the correct ways. If you're around the wrong people in the wrong places, you will not be valued. They will determine what you're worth. But if you don't go deep enough and understand, do the research on yourself, you will never know the value that you hold within yourself. So you could have sold it to the jeweler for $100 or even the pawn shop for $20, even the museum. But how much do you value yourself? See, and that's so important, because if you're not around the right people in the right places, you're going to settle for so much less than what you actually are. You're going to let somebody else set the price for who you are in life. They're going to determine what you can attain and not obtain in life because you don't know what your worth is. If somebody ever doubted you, somebody ever told you ain't going to do something, you can't do this, you can't do that, whether that's family, friends, partner in a relationship, whoever it may be, partner's family, like whatever it may be. There's a time in my life doing the job that I was doing and having the background that I had, 2-time felon, that I didn't feel like I deserved to make 6 figures. And let me remind you, in my job, we get paid off what we produce. Like there's no hourly, like there's no set rate. Like you show up, you spend X amount of time, you get X amount of, none of that. Like you get paid when you sell something. So like my pay is a direct correlation to my worth to the company, right? I mean, that's the way that I see it. That may not be it, there may, be some other things that take some factors there. But like the way I see it is like, yo, my paycheck is my worth. It's how much effort I put in, it's how much work I did, it's what I did for the month. Like, yo, that's my worth. And I remember talking to my therapist. My therapist was like, you do very well for yourself. I was like, thank you. Like, you must be really good at your job. I said, I try. How much money do you make? I do good for myself. And she asked me again, she said, no. How much money do you make? I said, I do really well for myself. I'm blessed. I don't have to want for anything. God takes care of all my needs. She said, Jay, will you give me a number? 6 figures. You're making 6 figures? I said, yeah, I work really hard. She said, I just asked you if you were good at your job. I said, I tried. She said, know your worth. Know that you are good at your job, that you are doing very well, that there are people out there striving to do what you do, and you do it on a commission base. Know your worth. There's a time where I didn't feel like I was deserving of how much I made because of my background. I didn't know my worth. I settled for less. I would have took less. Yo, I sent out an offer. I told my coach I was all excited about the offer. He said, too low. I was like, what is wrong with me? Know your worth. That's why I say there are people out there that value you way more than you value yourself. Like, know your worth. Are you going to settle for the jewelry store? The $100? Are you going to settle for the pawn shop? The $20? Or are you going to go down to the museum and get that $375,000 and be that rare piece in the antique collection? Like, let's go. Like don't discount yourself either around certain people. What you mean? Like don't bring the value down just to fit in. Like, know your worth. Like, if you stand out, stand out. Believe in that, stand on that. Like, there's some people out there that will really try and milk you for everything that you have. Like, you know, don't try and live a supercharged life being a AAA battery. Because in real time, a AAA battery can probably only power a remote control. And you trying to power a whole neighborhood. You trying to show up for everybody else. You trying to be a people pleaser. You trying to be a hero and you got a AAA battery. Know your worth. Put yourself first. Always. Because if you're not the best version of yourself, how are you going to be the best version of you for your family, for your partner, for your children? How are you going to be the best version of yourself for them if you ain't the best version of yourself? If your determination and your drive, like the law of the mirror says, if your determination and your drive is a 10, but your self-esteem is a 5, you will never outperform your self-esteem. Like, you have to raise the value in yourself before the world raises their value on you. Like, come on now. And expand your exposure. Put yourself around people so they can expand your potential. Potential is unlimited. There is no ceiling. And once you feel like you reach the ceiling of how much you can grow, guess what? You just at the bottom of your next level. Like, let's go. You at the floor. Still room to grow. Continue to stretch yourself. Continue to put in the work. Continue to do the research on yourself. Become an expert on yourself. And know your worth. Know what you bring. Know what you offer. Know how bright that light shines. And I love you guys so much. Keep rocking. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really hope that this has helped you. I hope that this has really helped you refocus and like, yeah, I do know my worth. I do know what I am worth. I know what I bring to the table. And I'm not going to let anybody try to bring the value down on that. I'm not going to discount my value or my price for anybody. Yo, it's crazy, right? Like, these big celebrities that we know and that like we follow and we listen to their music, you know, they drop something, they sell out of it. But your homie down the street just started a business and you want a discount, bro. Like, what? And you know your homie been with you side by side your entire life, but you give all your money to the celebrity who won't even look at you. Versus a homie down the street, just like, think about that. I went on a tangent there. I had to get that out of me. That was spirit-led. I love y'all. Anyway, know your worth. Like, really. Like, I just want to say that you determine the price of your life. And how you do anything is how you do everything. So raise your self-esteem, raise the value on yourself, and start operating at your highest level. I love you. We are back on Wednesday with a new Pivotal Moments. I'm excited. We are international for this one. Like, let's go always. If anything resonated from this episode, please rate, review, share it with a friend. You never know what they might need to hear. Thank you guys. We're back next week with a new mindset. But until then, stay focused, stay inspired, stay connected, and please, 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 don't let anyone touch your mindset.